this side mostly are very dear friends that, for good and bad, and all the years we've been around here, they've been around, and they're still friends, and I feel very, very lucky, and Sally does too, to have these people as our friends. And it's actually more than friends. It's something in life that you know that as you go along that you can really enjoy, and you know that you don't have to put on airs. That they take a joke, they don't get upset. It's nice having friends like you, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate your friendship. These people over here on the right.
Woo!
Now, this side, sometimes, but I couldn't be any more prouder than I am of this group of people here. And I'd like to tell you a little story that I was thinking about it. My son says, you know, Dad, I really, something ever happens to you, I don't know really what to say about your background and what's happened, or you know what I can say nice about you or not nice about you. We've worked together for 40 years or so, which it must be about 40 years. I came out of college, came into our business, and he is now getting ready to retire from our business. And we have a couple more. His daughter and her husband are sliding into learning how to actually run a business. But the thing that is so important that I wanted to talk about was this. I found out about, when I was about 28 or 30, before my mother passed away. She came out to California when I first came out here with Mitzi. And I was talking to her one day, and she happened to slip and say something that really I've never really told anybody about. And I'm missing something in my life. I'm an only child. And she told me about the fact that she had an abortion when I was young. And it was before World War II, when we were living in Washington, D.C. And she was working for the federal government. She worked for the Army, as a matter of fact. She was a mathematician, a whiz at it. But
this is your mother?
My mother. We lived in Washington, D.C. And it was one of these things that you remember things. I was 6 years old, and I remember tomorrow it'll be exactly 83 years ago that on Easter Sunday, I was on the rear lawn of the White House with rolling Easter eggs in Washington, D.C. And I was 7 years old, and FDR, the President Roosevelt at the time, came over and on a pair of crutches. As you know, he was crippled from polio, and I was 7 years old, and he said, "You're a nice kid." And I said, "Yes, Mr. President." And I've always remembered this my whole life. But it makes me remember also that was the time that I didn't have a brother or sister when I think of those things. And this is why I started this thing where we all get together once a year, and these kids take their time out, they take their vacation time, my daughter, my son, and all the other of them, my whole grandkids and their friends and stuff, that they come and spend some time with us. And all I have to do is look at them, say, hey, they're great, they're pretty, they're nice, they're smart, and I don't worry about them because I can see them. But it was something I missed, and I wanted you to know how much I love you. I love you all. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is this lady over here on my right. Today is our 11th anniversary.
Speak into the mic.
Speak in the mic.
I'll speak in the light. Oh, I'm sorry. This is today is our 11th anniversary, and we were married. Actually, I sort of had arranged having it done on this day because we got married on a Friday in the afternoon, because in the Jewish religion you cannot be married on the Sabbath. So we had the rabbi who we had from the incidentally, what's the name of the
Venetian.
They got us a rabbi, and we had a chuppah and the whole thing in the hotel room. And the kids came down, and her family and my family, and we all had the wedding on Friday, and then we had another wedding on Saturday because I wanted the wedding certificate to be on my birthday. So that's how we ended up getting married. But it was one of the luckiest things I've ever had, is to have a woman like this pick up a guy like me. And I think most of you know how we did it. We met on the internet. It was sort of crazy, and we ended up, I had to lie to her, but she excused me. Which is a story, in case you don't know. I lied about my age because all the women were too old for me, and I really couldn't. Because as you can see, I've kept up pretty good with her. And actually, I still chase her once in a while too. So it's been a blessing that I've lived a very full life, and it's really neat, and I have to thank everybody for making it so good for me and for my wife. And I thank you guys too. I love you, Doug. And I love you guys.
Woo! Love you.
Very good.
This is such a special evening that our friends and our family are all here. It's just incredibly wonderful. And there's such love that fills the room and such energy. And for our family and our extended family, thank you so much for being here. Now, this evening, we've had a lot of food to eat, but there's still dessert coming. And for dessert, there will be birthday cake brought out, but there also is creme brulee for everybody. So, to just remember that. But also, because we have a lot of flower arrangements on the table, we'd like to share our love for you by giving a number of them away. And so, raise your hand if your birthday was in March. 1, 2, 3. Each of you take a floral arrangement home. Anybody whose birthday in April, please take an arrangement home.
There's another one. Ron over there.
Ron, the two of you, please take an arrangement home. And anybody in February? Anyone in February? No. Anybody in
May.
May? Anybody in May? Okay. You may take May?
Mom, yeah, mom's in May.
Okay, you take
Doesn't want to admit it.
Okay, anybody in June?
And give him money.
You take an arrangement home.
We're gonna have to go to a flower shop.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. And so please remember our gift to you and your flowers. They'll need watering, but after you get it home, make sure it's watered. And it should last a good couple of days. Thank you. We love you all.